Hey guys, in this video I'm going to try to persuade you not to buy the iPhone Air because honestly it's terrible. It's a terrible deal and you're about to see why. So we've got the iPhone Air up against the base iPhone this year, which in my opinion is the star of the show. And immediately we come to display. Now this is the one area that you'll see that the iPhone Air is a bit better. It's OLED. It doesn't say it here, but iPhone Air is OLED. The iPhone 17 has that same ProMotion display. And as you can see, they've got the same features, dynamic island, yes. And the iPhone Air is titanium, while the iPhone 17 is aluminum. Aluminum's a bit lighter than titanium, and aluminum's cheaper, so that makes sense that it's on the iPhone 17. And they've got the same exact buttons, as you can see. For the durability, the iPhone Air has the glass on the back, the better glass, but other than that, exact same glass on the front. For the chip, okay. On the left, you can see that the iPhone Air has the A19 Pro chip. This chip should have a 6-core GPU, but Apple has made a 5-core GPU version for the iPhone Air. Why? Because it's so thin, Apple can't put any sort of good passive heat dissipation in there, so they will actually throttle the GPU down so low, and that makes it so that it doesn't make sense to include the full power in the iPhone Air, since you're likely not going to use it before the phone cooks itself. And that's the main disadvantage with the Air, I feel like, is that it has this amazing, powerful chip, but it's terrible in the thin form factor. It's going to heat up the phone uncomfortably, and it's going to drain the battery. The A19 Pro is also more power hungry than the regular A19 chip, and that's going to deteriorate the battery faster. Now, as you can see with the numbers, they're actually the exact same. The thing that's different about the A19 Pro chip is some lower level 2 cache stuff. It's better at, I think, 2 or 3 things that you're probably not going to notice. And battery life, even in Apple's like benchmarks, as we know, you're probably going to get around 3.5 hours of video playback on the iPhone 17 and probably 1.5 hours or 2 hours on the iPhone Air if you're lucky. These numbers, even in Apple's, you can see the difference in video playback. In the front camera, there's also no difference. There's no difference. They still got the updated center stage camera. And on the rear cameras, the base iPhone, of course, win. You could see that it has 2 cameras. The iPhone Air only has 1. And basically, you're only going to get the 48 megapixel if you get the 1X. That's how it works on these base models. And I don't even know what macro photography is. That's some name Apple came up to like entice consumers, I guess. But like, the camera's not as good as on the base iPhone. Let's just say that. And plus, the camera will heat up the iPhone. If you've never done any long-term shooting or anything like that with any iPhone, I can tell you that from my experience, after about, let's say, 10 minutes of shooting, the iPhone will start to heat up, and you're probably going to get a message saying to like close your iPhone and let it cool down before you use it again, and it'll actually restrict you from using the camera sometimes. That's a feature. I had trouble with that sometimes. And I feel like on the iPhone Air, that's going to be a terrible problem because it's going to overheat quicker because of the more powerful chip. And the form factor is like thin as hell, so it's probably not going to dissipate the heat good enough. And yeah, the optical zoom, of course. The iPhone 17 actually has an ultra wide lens, so it's going to have 0.5x. The iPhone Air will have the 1X in 48 megapixel and the 2X in 24 megapixel. They both get Apple Intelligence. Woohoo, thank you. And of course, Apple touts their peace of mind stuff that you're gonna, it's a nice feature to have, but like, it's not a make or break. And the connectivity is the same. It's crappy. It's USB 2. We're gonna wait another 4 years until Apple gives us USB 3. And of course, even MagSafe, the iPhone 17 beats the Air. Like, crazy. Absolutely crazy. They couldn't even put a bigger coil in there for the iPhone Air. And the colors is a bit subjective on what you like. Everyone likes different things. I like the sage color a lot. I like green. It's a very nice color. And basically, the only pro that the iPhone Air has is that form factor. If you absolutely have to have a lighter phone or a thinner phone, like 20 millimeters is not that big of a difference. The phone is already small on its own. Like, if you want a smaller phone, you can go with the 16E. The 16E is just smaller. But if you need thinness, well, like, thin and the word phone don't really go together. The phone has to be thicker for a reason. You're not going to get a lot of those features on your thin phone on the iPhone Air. I'm actually very tempted to see how big the battery is. If it clears 3,500 milliamp hours, I'm going to be very, very impressed at how they did this. Oh yeah, the iPhone Air, this is probably one of the biggest drawbacks for me. I do a lot of audio recording on my phone. The iPhone Air has a single microphone on the top and it has a single speaker on the top. It's a freaking singles. This is $1,000 phone, by the way. This phone retails for $999. This phone has one speaker. It has one microphone. Its quality is probably less than the iPhone X. I don't even know. Like, if you buy this, I don't know, like, okay, not everybody uses the 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 speakers too much. I just happen to do a lot of music, so that's something I need, but god damn. The speakers are terrible on this phone. Like, on iPhones, the speakers are usually pretty good, but you can't have one speaker on a phone. The point of the phone is to have stereo. Where is the freaking battery? Where is the actual battery? Oh yeah, and you also have the modem. You also have the modem. They don't even give you milliamp hours here. That's nice. And camera, video recording, audio's charging and expansion, sensors. The fact that they managed to fit in all of those sensors is actually quite nice. And half of these apps you'll probably not use. Operating temperature. Very nice, very nice. Okay, Apple tells us nothing about the battery, but the battery's my drawback. Just go with the 17, yo. It's got the good display. It's got 256 gigabytes of storage. Go with the 17, please.